Hey guys, Jared here, and I've just seen this news of something that I'm not really sure that it will work. Apparently, John Cleese and his daughter Camilla Cleese are going to be writing and starring in a revival of Fawlty Towers. And apparently, also Rob Reiner is involved with the making of it in some way. So I guess it has like kind of an American influence on it, and it's basically apparently the whole premise of the reboot is like yeah, Camilla Cleese plays Basil Fawlty's daughter, who he's just found out that he has, and uh, yeah, and he's in like the modern day. Um, yeah, I don't really think this is a good idea. I mean, I don't know how many people would have seen it, but like there was like John Cleese a few years ago. John Cleese was in a pretty bad sitcom called Hold the Sunset. I think it's kind of an obscure show. Like even in the UK, Hold the Sunset is a pretty obscure series, even though it has John Cleese in it. I think he wrote it as well. But yeah, I tried watching a bit of that Hold the Sunset, and it's not very good. And I think also for like many years, John Cleese has always said he doesn't want to like continue doing. He doesn't want to do any more of like Fawlty Towers, and with this news, it just seems like he's gotten to a point where he's like, "Oh, fine, I'll continue it," and I kind of think, why does it have to be like Fawlty Towers continuation? Like, if he wants to do something with his daughter, he couldn't he have done something else that like involves his daughter? I mean, because I'm pretty sure like in the interview that's on this DVD box set with John Cleese, I think he does talk about how there are chances to bring it. I think he talks about in an interview an idea he had for like a Fawlty Towers movie, which never actually ended up getting made. I think the reason he said he didn't do the movie was because like they were getting too old at that point, and now like he's in his 80s, and like a lot of the cast wouldn't do it now. I mean, I guess in the news I read, it didn't mention like Prunella Scales. I guess because she has like Alzheimer's now, and well, to be fair, it would make sense if they got a divorce because they were married in the show, but they never really got along. And Andrew Sachs, who's Manuel, he's passed away now. So I mean, I don't really see what's the point of making one now. I mean, why not do like another show with? Why doesn't John Cleese just do another show with his daughter? And one thing that this news does remind me of is the Still Open All Hours, the reboot or revival of like Open All Hours. So I just show? The original Open All Hours was great. I mean, so the original show, starred Ronnie Barker and David Jason, in this like shop, running this shop, and then they did the reboot like Still Open All Hours. It was after Ronnie Barker died, so you just had like David Jason taking over as like running the shop, and like I think it was like his grandson in it. And I tried watching some of that Still Open All Hours, and it's just not very good. And what's sad is like they've made more episodes of Still Open All Hours than they did of the original series, and the original series is much better. And the original series of Open All Hours was 4 series long. Fawlty Towers was only 2 series long. So, like that could maybe happen again, where this revival like somehow has more episodes than the original. I mean, hopefully not. I mean, I know they did do like a revival of another Ronnie Barker show, Porridge. They did like a revival where they had like Fletcher's grandson, Ronnie Barker's character's grandson, going to prison as well instead. And I think that lasted only like 1 series. I mean, I haven't seen the Porridge reboot, but apparently it was awful. But that Porridge reboot only lasted like 1 series. The original Porridge was 3 series and some Christmas specials, but the reboot was only 1 series because it wasn't really very successful. Still Open All Hours, I think, was pretty successful despite how bad it was. But and I think even like John Cleese has said that the original Fawlty Towers you couldn't do today because of like PC culture today, but he's doing this reboot, and like, is it like? I mean, I'm not sure if it did say it, but like from reading the article, it's kind of sounded like, is it going to be like Basil Fawlty ranting about like wokeness and like PC culture? It's like, would you really want to see that as a show? I mean, like the main sort of appeal of like the original series, there was a lot of like physical comedy, from Cleese, and he's a lot older now, so he wouldn't do that now, and like the farce, element of it, and things just kept getting worse and worse. Like that was like the comedy of Fawlty Towers, not him ranting about like wokeness. Like if you want to see that, just watch like more recent interviews with John Cleese. Yeah, like would anyone really want to see a revival of Fawlty Towers where it's just that? So yeah, I mean, I don't really think this will work. I mean, I think it'll probably be about as bad as that whole The Sunset thing John Cleese did, and also about as bad as that Still Open All Hours, and probably about as bad as the Porridge reboot, which I haven't seen, to be fair. But yeah, what do you guys think of this announcement? Leave it in the comments below, and yeah, thanks for watching, and bye.